Hello everyone and welcome to round 4 of the D&E GT3 series here for season 4 action. I'm Bodhod and I'm joined once again by Jackie Prez aka Orphan Drop, who I don't think he really goes by elsewhere out of PS parties.
I don't think anyone's ever called me that, but thanks for that, Bodhod. Great to be with you again, actually. It's not a bad thing we've got going on here. Both blokes in comms, I'm enjoying this and I'm looking forward to some good racing here.
100%. It's been great having a couple of blokes in comms together. We've worked pretty well together in my opinion, my humble opinion. So yeah, looking forward to a couple more races, including this one at a brand new track for this series, Sardegna Road Track A. So we've done, some of the drivers have done these in dailies and whatnot, but not a proper round in a championship. So it's going to be a bit of a feeling out maybe for some of these guys as they learn their way around the track, but I think it's going to make for some spicy racing.
Absolutely. First time, obviously, at a brand new track always creates excitement. Bit of a trip into the unknown here, because no one really knows how it's going to race, what cars are going to be good, who will be fast. Well, qualifying might have given us an indication of that, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, quick few notes about this track. It is fairly fast flowing at most points. However, there are a few fairly narrow kind of hill climby sort of sections where the walls are close and the curves are a bit dangerous. A couple of hairpins which can provide some overtaking zones. Some opportunities for some drivers to send it down the inside perhaps. But it's going to be a fun race. I really do enjoy the track. In my limited running in smaller races, but I'll have to see how these guys tackle it. But we'll run through the grid quickly. We've got Smeggy on pole, followed by Tex in P2. Tim takes P3, so 2 of the max speed cars in the top 3. Banana Josh is the first of the Mercedes guys in P4. Stingray P5. Got Lunacy in 6th, leading up the WRX's Dynamite just behind. Banana Cake Pie, team owner of BCPRD, P8. Got Candy Cane in P9, behind him is Blocky, both of the BMW cars. BK in P11, got KD in P12 and the 3rd max speed car. Roscoe is filling in for Prezzo, I believe, this round in P13. Gemma in P14, and we have JM Wags, who is a wildcard entry as Ridwan, our championship leader, unfortunately missed the entry to the lobby, so he's missing race 1, which is massive in terms of championship implications, isn't it?
Massive implications here for Ridwan, but I'm pretty sure he's fast enough. He'll be able to claw back any points he may have lost.
Yeah, he'll be in for round race 2, I believe. Here, 2-race format here. We should have mentioned a bit earlier as well. First race is 23 laps, the second 17, 6 and 5 laps on the time minimums, respectively, for those. So this is a great opportunity for someone to claw a win. Claw a couple of points back on Ridwan, so we'll see who can do it. Smeggy, Tex are in the perfect position for it in 1 and 2, so we'll have to see how that all goes. But we will not hesitate any further. We will start this race and see how these guys tackle the brand new track of Sardegna. I'm really looking forward to this one.
Same here. Absolutely excited.
We'll just pop the race info on so we can see everything we need to see. The lights are out and we are underway. Smeggy gets off the line pretty well by the looks of things, and Tim might follow him through. Tex a little bit slower. That Aston we know is pretty strong off that line. Banana Josh might try and have a sneak around the outside here of 3 cars going into turn 1. And it looks like Tim's going to hold it on the inside just. Stingray's going to try and sneak through as well. It looks fairly tidy so far. I don't see anyone pointing backwards, which is a good thing. Smeg leads them out of turn 1, turn 2, and to one of the more challenging corners on this circuit, mid-speed left into a 90-degree right. Really difficult to get that car slowed if you're not paying attention. Looks like Stingray snuck through it to P3 as well, so Tim back now to P4. But fairly tidy from everyone.
Good point start from everyone here, as Banana Cake Pie just had a little bit of a peek there at Banana Josh, but now Banana Josh looks like he's going to try to set up Tim on the way down this little straight sort of thing. It's clip curve, but it's flat out into a hard braking zone.
Yeah, this is one of the 2 chicanes. Yep, so this is probably going to be a likely overtaking zone. There is a bit of contact. The 3-wide Banana Cake Pie is going to send it down the inside, and we have 3-wide on the exit, which could end disaster. Banana Cake's on the wall. Oh, and that's got to be damage surely for him.
Yep.
It is full aero and suspension almost on the right-hand side and the front and back there. My bad, the left-hand side.
Crucially, no engine damage though, so that is... He's got in the way of one there. He can still get back to the pits and get some mediums on. He did start on the softs, so it's not all doom and gloom for Banana Cake Pie.
Yeah, it could be a lot worse. So maybe a little bit fortunate for Banana, but coming down out of the final quarter in last place is not what he would have wanted there. So he's going to come into the pits by looks of things to repair that damage and get some more tyres on. In the meantime, the Smegs dropped to P3 up front here. Curbing Texas and Stingray have gotten through. So that's happened somewhere. The two Lexus boys, BCPRD drivers, Banana's teammates actually making fantastic starts. Now 1 and 2 in this race. Tim will follow his teammate in P4 and Joshy stays in P5. So those Lexus boys, looks like they're on the move.
Sure do. Tough lap for their team, I know, but for two up drivers, it's been a great start, so to speak.
We know how team-oriented Banana Cake Pie is in this series here, so he won't mind a bit that those two up ahead. It's Candy Cane stretched that wall there on the exit. He's actually in P6, which is quite strong.
Yeah, BMW looking very strong around here in the hands of Candy Cane and Blocky. So, great to see the two Bravo Satellite drivers towards the front as Dynamite sends it under brakes. He locked up the rear brakes.
Oh, he's done alright to get that stopped, all those sideways.
Blocky will now have a look, just try to get a run up on him, into the braking zone. You can't really pass here, so...
No, someone's got off a bit wide there, I think.
That looks like KD, I think, in the other team, Max Speed, Aston Martin, as Dynamite did get drawn.
Was that Blocky went through on Kane there, in that corner as well there, so that's the second hairpin there. So those two probably the more likely of taking zones. You can see the track fairly square. Those two top corners of the top right and top left, they're going to be the hot spots for the moves, as it looks like someone's coming against Kane on lap 2. So I wonder if he's picked up some damage somewhere.
Lap 2
is quite early.
With that wall touch.
Yeah, perhaps.
Earlier on in the lap, Dynamite just holding his ground against Blocky. Under braking, that WRX so strong in the corners.
Yeah, Dynamite, you can see how much he's trying to get that throttle down. He's sliding around on the traction zone a fair bit. Blocky's slotting right in behind. Just up ahead, you got Josh and Tim looking at each other as well. I think Josh might have just got by Tim for P4 there. Yeah, he has. So Tim now down to P5. And Josh might be trying to line up Stingray here, who has lost out to Smeg again. So Tex will lead the way now. Smeg in P2, Stingray in P3, Joshy and Tim P4 and 5. In this battle pack here, 6, 7, 8, between Dynamite, Blocky and Lunacy is now starting to attack on the back of this. Our defending Drivers Champion. Going to be spicy.
BK and KD having a little bit of battle in the background.
Yep, so those two going side by side. He's going to send it.
Is he? No. Just too far back. Didn't quite have the grunt in the straight line as KD has a massive oversteer on the power there coming out of the corner.
Yeah, now this area is where the WRX is going to be really, really strong up this hill here through these S's. So BK's going to have to be a bit careful as Roscoe goes a little bit wide there, just behind, currently holding down P11 ahead of Jay and Wags. Right at the back we have Candy Cane and Banana Cake Pie. We've only got 14 runners now. From memory, I believe it was Jamo that lagged out in the BMW, which is a real shame for him.
No. Back to the front, Curving Texas, just...
Look at that lead.
Commanding start for the BCPRD driver.
We might have to keep an eye on this battle, because they've swapped over again. Stingray is now ahead of Banana Josh, who were both ahead of Stingray. Both ahead of the Smeg, my mistake. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this battle, I think, a little bit closer, as these guys are in an almighty race, and all that's doing is helping Tex get away. You can see that gap already. The Smeg's going to look down the inside of Joshy here, and he's not going to quite be able to get it done, but might look for a bit of a switchback move here. Josh misses that apex slightly, trying to get that car stopped. That might open the door a little bit for Smeggy. He's going to look around the outside. Really difficult to hold around here though. Looks like he's going to try. He's not quite going to get it done there, but on the power up the hill, this is where the Aston's going to be strong.
Both cars will be. Oh, crosses him over. That could have been real ugly for both the drivers there. Smeg. Now, does he try and send it round the outside, or does he tuck in the line? I think he might do the latter. Yes, he does.
Yeah, Josh nice and strong on the brakes there, so not letting Smeggy have a look in the corner. Tim, Dynamite, Blocky, Lunacy all waiting behind to pick up the pieces. Smeggy looks really quick through here, really in control of his car.
Looking hooked up.
Yeah, it's looking really good. He's on the medium tyres as well, we may as well point out. Haven't really checked the tyres too much yet, so that is going to be an advantage for him later in the race. He has a massive slide out of there. Wow, that needed some saving, I think.
He's trying so hard at the moment, Speg. He's driving really well in that accident at the moment.
I might just have a quick run up the top and check these tyres. So we've got Joshy is on the soft, Stingray's on the mediums, and Tex is also on the mediums. So Joshy's the odd one out in that top 4 there, so he's going to have to make the most of his tyres while they are still fresh. One thing we may as well point out now actually is we have had a GT Sport update in the last week, and what that has done is it has majorly extended the pit stops, the pit stop time. So you're going to spend a lot more time in the pit lane than you did before, so that is going to definitely be in the minds of some people in the strategy. We might not see as many of those 3-stop, 4-stop strategies as we've seen in the past. People are going to have to spend a bit more time on track on the tyres to avoid losing that much time in the pits, so that's probably something worth noting as well. These guys have to stretch as much as they can to avoid losing all of that time in the pit.
Speg right under the rear wing of that SLS. He's got the inside run. Can he make it? No.
Oh,
but
Josh
runs it in just a bit too deep, but I don't think it's really going to hurt him there. Get the rolling speed up through the corner. Now the Speg will try and tuck under the rear wing and try and get a run on him.
Yeah, Josh is putting that car in the right spot through there. So he's not letting Smeg have a look. Both of them go a little bit wide on that grass there, which is not the worst thing you can do. But Smeggy's not quite got enough of a run to really throw it down the inside in a real committed move. So Tim's getting a bit squirrely. Yeah, Tim and Lunacy both a bit squirrely on the power there. Dynamite's gotten ahead of Tim as well here, so he now leads the WRXs in P5. So he might be one to watch, although Tim with the straight line speed may try and get him straight back. Looks like Smeg's going to have a ping here. This might be his best chance yet. He's already just ahead. It's a matter of whether he can hold it in the braking zone, and it looks like he is going to. Smeggy finally gets his man. There you go. Solid there from the Smeg on the brakes.
Great move from the Smeg, but it took him a couple laps to do it, but he got the move done eventually. Now, can he go after Stingray and Curving Texas? And for the medium runners, it's just about coming up to the end of their medium tyre stint, so they can come into the pits and get off them.
Yeah, we'll have to see who decides to extend the stint and who decides to get rid of them and go a couple of soft stints. A couple of strategies we could see in play. We'll have to wait and see what they decide to do. Josh is still pushing right at the back of Smeggy. Tim and Dynamite swapped over again, I think, down the straight. That Aston Martin power, just overpowering that WRX down the straight. Blocky is right in that battle as well with Lunacy. Just a tiny bit behind, so plenty of action still happening. Joshy looks like he might try and have another ping, but thinks better of it. Smeggy will hold on to P3 for now. You can see a fair few guys are pit. There's a few guys fairly spread out on the track map on the right hand side there. So we're going to have to see where they all come out when everyone else does pit. Possibly a little bit of drama we haven't quite seen, as it is quite early for a pit stop.
Oh! Josh just runs it really well.
Yeah.
Tim follows him through, and so does Blocky. So they all, one car makes a mistake that a few of them was. Banana Josh just having a little moment there. But interesting to see, does anyone pull the trigger now, or do they extend the life of their stint?
Looks like they're going to try and stretch it a couple more laps. I'm not sure exactly how long the pit lane is here, because having minimal experience at this track, as well as this new update, but it looks like they're all happy to stretch it.
Moment, yeah.
Now these guys have all started to settle down a little bit. Looks like Dynamite's lost a couple of positions. He's got Lunacy now ahead of him, so Lunacy now leads the WRXs in P7. They're going to have to find a little bit of time to catch back up to Blocky, so perhaps a little bit of side-to-side racing has caused them all to spread out a tiny bit. Lunacy and Dynamite are both on the medium tyres. Dynamite's actually got a little bit of damage there on the front right, so he's kissed a wall or perhaps another car somewhere. That might explain why he's dropped a couple of positions.
Yeah, probably not.
Any sort of damage does affect that car, yeah.
Yeah, probably not worthwhile just coming into the pits just to get that sorted straight away. Just maybe, it's probably just about drivable to just stretch your life and maybe just avoid having to spend too much time in the pit lane.
Yeah, he should be okay. If he picks up any more though, it might be a different story, but I think you could get a lot worse than that, definitely. And if he can just sit behind Lucy and let him pull him along, may as well just stay out, I think, at this point. Pace doesn't look too bad, it's only half a second off his best on lap 7, so yep, he looks okay. Although I'm sure he would have preferred to not lose that track position. But, oh, he's almost hit the back of his teammate there. That's probably not something you want to be doing too often.
That could have been ugly, right there between the teammates.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be telling the team boss about that.
Yep, does anyone peel in? Pull the trigger here.
No.
Nope, doesn't appear so.
So I wonder if a one stop's the way to go then, if all these medium runs are still staying out. Or maybe 2, depending on if they come in the next couple of laps. Tyre wear is almost nothing, it looks like. So new track again, we don't know really how the tyres behave, and we don't really know what the fuel does. It looks like most of the cars will have to do a small fuel stop. But it looks like the tyres are hanging on pretty well. I might quickly check Joshy because he's on the softs. They look pretty fine as well. Actually fairly balanced between the fronts and the rears, which I find is quite difficult to do. Often I find the fronts wear out a lot more than the rears. I guess with a few traction zones around here, that will hurt the rears a little bit. So tyres look okay for now, definitely. As Joshy and Tim both
grazed the wall there.
Yeah, so they're pushing hard. Then catch this top 3. Tex and Stingray right behind each other now. So Tex has lost a bit of time in the last couple of laps. Stingray's right in the back of him here. Looks like Tex is just going to stay ahead. Yep, and Smeggy's still right there as well. So Tex may have made a little mistake here, which has allowed these guys back in front. Oh, not back in front, but back right behind, so closing in. Stingray doesn't look like he's going to go for a move yet, although he has a pretty nice run here. He's going to send it. No, he's not.
Might just about think better of it, I reckon.
Yeah. See, these guys will probably be in a party together, so they can communicate with each other if they need to. But they look content to just follow each other along in a train for now, which Meg has invited himself to. Joshy now.
Oh, careful.
Yeah.
Josh he might close up onto the 3-car battle for the lead.
Yeah, Josh is putting in some consistent time. You can see the times on the right-hand side there. So Softs are still hanging on. So his last lap is his best lap.
Just got by Stingray. Sorry to interrupt there, but
no, that's all right.
Yep, the spec does get.
Oh, Stingray's lost another position. Was he in the gravel there?
I think he's just. Yeah,
he's
I think he's just one wide there.
Oh.
Just lost a ton of momentum, and now he can't. He's not careful. He might lose another position to Blocky.
He must have hit that gravel on the outside of turn 1, and that does pretty much instant stop the car out there. So he's lost 3 positions. So that's not great for Stingray. I'm sure he's got the pace to get back up there, but it's far from ideal. Now having lost a fair bit of track position to those top 2. So he's going to have to try and get by Tim and Josh to get back up to that podium position. So we'll see what he can do about that, but not ideal there. He just saw that out of the corner of our eye, but didn't quite see what happened fully.
Yeah, just running up front and Spec making a move and just runs wide, or I don't know if he was casted wide or anything, but not very ideal. Not a good lap there. He starts the lap at least for Brian Stingray, so
yeah, we'll see what he can make up. Oh, he's wide in the plants. He's on the wall, just sideswipes it a bit. That won't be damage. But and he's deep again. So he's pushing really hard. He's probably going to lose out to Blocky. Yeah.
Yeah, he's lost all his rhythm, so he's got to try to just get back in a rhythm. Though a long way for this race. It's very far away from being completed. I'll spit it out eventually, but it's not. He's just got to try to get back in his rhythm and just get more towards the front, because his car looks very fast. Both points, two of them do at least.
Yeah, Blocky and Stingray side by side turn 1. Blocky looks like he's just going to hang on. Stingray does get the car stopped there. So yeah, he does need to find that rhythm and start making some more inroads. He's going to go sharp move down in the inside here, and he's going to not quite be alongside. Blocky will hang on there. Now I'm P5 for Blocky, so looking really nice there. Is Blocky. Tim just a second and a bit, 2 seconds maybe in front of him, so they're still not out of touch with this top pack here. these guys. So if they can just kind of push each other along a bit, they could still be on for a podium if something up top happens. So may as well keep pushing these guys. Looks like Dynamite's dropped off a fair bit now off the back of his pack as well. Still carrying that damage, so that's hurting him a little bit now. He's not got a toe from his teammate. KD's in a bit of no man's land just behind. He's well ahead of Roscoe, but he needs to find a bit of time to catch Dynamite and Co. Like Stingray's still following Blocky through, so not able to make a move yet. As they're going to go around here. They're both keeping on the track this time, relatively.
Relatively speaking, they did, but
I think a little bit of grass is okay.
You might just try to set Blocky up here for a pass into turn one, just get his tires straight right by him.
Yeah, flat last corner here, so it's almost one big straight. If you can get the car stopped in time, you can really get late in the brakes and make a strong move.
Just pulled the trigger.
Lunacy's in.
The trigger, so the first of the, so to speak, leading pack to pull the trigger on, coming in for a pit stop. As Blocky and Stingray, that could have been very ugly indeed, but very close, very good racing.
That was a nice move around the outside there. Really easy to get pushed off into the gravel there, but Blocky gave him the room on the exit. So good racing from the pair of them. Really good to see. As you mentioned, yeah, Lunacy first one in, I think it was about 25% fuel. So he's split the race just about in half a little bit earlier, so he'll probably full fuel and go to the end. We'll have to see what he does there, and we'll see when these guys respond to him. Because an undercut could be quite handy if Lunacy's in free air. Check that. Yeah, using some clear air. And clear air, we know, is when that WX can really put the foot down and really zoom around those corners. So I'll have to keep an eye on Lunacy to see if he can make a few inroads on the guys in front of him when they all come into the pits. Absolutely. Up here. Tim's still in P4, hanging on to Banana, Josh, Tex, and the Smeg, who now leads. So we keep missing the move for the lead, which is interesting.
It always happens.
I don't think there's been any kind of major, like, colossal battle happening. I think they're kind of just slipping each other. But
yeah, Smeg, position 1 now, takes over the race lane from Kirby, Texas, who's pretty much let from the word go.
I think that's Smeg in the pits. It is.
He's the first. Now that's the proper leading pack. He's the first one to pull the trigger, and Stingray and Blocky followed him in.
Yeah, so they've gone right to the end of their fuels, Tim. So looks like they are going to try and one-stop it, as Tim might send. He's going to just back out of it there. So looks like a one-stop split in this race in half might be the way to go. But possibly a little bit of fuel saving required for that Lexus. You can see how much less fuel it has.
Yeah, so the rest of them should make it no dramas, but the Lexus, you just might need to just maybe do a little bit of fuel saving here and there, short shifting, not using as much throttle, but I'm sure these guys are capable of doing that. I think curving Texas, you'd assume his fuel load would be towards the bottom of it. Oh yeah, he is. Very low on fuel.
So he'll definitely be in this lap. Josh has got a little bit more, actually a fair bit more. So yeah, Tex will definitely have to come in this lap. I think Josh, he's on the soft, so he probably just pit whenever he feels like his softs aren't giving him the grip anymore. Tim's looking pretty racy at the moment. He's really throwing it down the inside a little bit, just showing Joshy the nose. These three, all green cars actually, as well, all looking pretty racy. As they're going to push each other through this last sector here. Bit
of old NASCAR style bump draft as Tim just runs it a little bit wide there, so
yeah, we'll see who comes in, who stays out. Well, we know Tex will be in, but what about the other two?
Tim can pick and choose here what he wants to do, because he could easily go for another couple laps, or a lap or so if he wanted to. So does he want some clean air, just try and jump him, or no, he's going to follow.
He's in.
Curving Texas in.
Yep, so Josh takes the lead.
Stays out.
Yeah, on those soft tyres, he still thinks he's got plenty of grip. He did have a slower lap last lap, probably due to Tex having a fuel save a bit there.
Yeah, because curving he's out of fuel, right on the left-hand side of your screen here, absolutely gone.
Fully out of fuel. Yes, so he probably would have had to fuel save a little bit there, which cost Joshy some time, but he obviously thinks he's still got a fair bit of pace in those softs, otherwise he'd be in already. That fuel probably do another lap and a half, 2 laps, so we'll expect him in then. Now, in terms of Lunacy, he's managed to jump a fair few guys. He's managed to jump the leader, or leading pack, half of it. There you go. So he's gotten by both of the Lexuses there, who would have had to fuel a little bit more than him anyway. He's now effectively in P3 when Joshy and Dynamite pit.
He got his medium stint out of the way, and the WRX is just so good on fuel, he's had to spend less time stationary to bring his car back up to full, whereas those two Lexuses had to pretty much spend an eternity in the pit lane.
Yeah, and some really strong laps in clear air on the soft tyres. That's really helped Lunacy along. Purple by 4 tenths here in the first sector, so that WRX is really going along. Lunacy's jumped many a position. Just good to see for him. He was right behind that pack before the stops, so he's done very, very well for himself in that number 1 Subaru. Now, is Joshy going to come in this lap?
You'd have to assume so. No, he will.
One more?
Would like to feint to do it, but no, he's going to go one more.
What about Dynamite? He's still shooting up those mediums on damage. He has to hit. Yeah.
He has to. He's gone X amount of laps. I don't know exact numbers, but he's gone a long way with right front damage. So great driving there, just to keep the thing on straight now.
Car's going to feel nice now with soft tyres and no damage.
He's effectively your race leader, so he might just want to push here. He's those medium percent out of the way. He will be driving out of his skin at the moment. There's almost no two ways about it. He will be sending it just to try and jump Banana Josh.
Yeah, I think if he puts down a consistent laps, he should be very, very close. I think he should be able to.
He doesn't want to spend the penny too early, though. That's a critical thing here for him. He doesn't want to just absolutely blow his tyres away straight away. But as we've seen, there's not too much tyre wear out here, so he can probably just push a little bit extra. But as we've seen with Banana Josh, pretty much he's gone 14 laps thus far once they're soft, so...
Yeah, he's going to have to pit this lap, I think, for the fuel at least.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's just about out of fuel, but 14 laps on a tank. That's a great bit of fuel saving there from Banana Josh, just to stretch the tank out.
Yeah, maximising the laps on those soft tyres, and he's using this lap.
Yes.
There you go. So we'll have to see where he does come out. May as well worth mentioning as well, Tim's up in a P3, effectively P2 now, so he's got a bit of a jump as well. In that pit stop there, so those two, Sneaky and Tim, looking like they've got some really solid pace and soft tyres, also not using too much fuel. Got Lunacy ahead of the two Lexuses who would have been hurt in the pit stop there, so Josh might come around that kind of little pack there when he comes out of the pits to see where he re-emerges, fueling up that Merc. He won't have to put as much fuel in, having stretched his first stint. He's coming out of the pits now. Where is he going to come out? Oh, it's going to be closer to these guys. And Tim has got him as well. There you go. He does
have the fresh tyres, but they are mediums, so... But as we're saying, that's not really... It's not too much difference around here, because Curving Texas was absolutely flying on his mediums in the first part of this race, so...
Yeah, it might be difficult for Joshy to get a decent run at Tim. Lunacy is really rapid behind, but he should still be able to hang on to the top, the top 6 is right there, but possibly better than that. We know he's got some pretty decent pace. He's proven that in many a race. Just kisses the wall there.
Yeah, just touches the wall, no damage done there.
Yeah, so we'll see if he can hang on to this P3. Lunacy does have to catch him before really coming under threat, and those two Lexus are really, really close together. Stingray and Curving. Maybe just push each other on a tiny bit. A little bit of bump draft between the teammates. Although Tex is going to actually send it. There you go. I thought they were going to work as a team, but no, they're going for glory.
Yep.
P5 and 6 still, so maybe just trying to sort out who leads when in terms of launching an attack on Lunacy. But I think Stingray looks like he's got plenty of pace to hang on to that for now.
Absolutely. But if these two do fight each other too much, will allow Lunacy just the chance to break away a little, and as we know, WRX isn't that strong in the straight line, so...
Yeah, I reckon those Lexuses have closed them a tiny bit here though in the second half of this lap. They're getting real close now, and once they start getting that slipstream, they're going to absolutely coast up to the back of that WRX. So it's not all done yet. Curving might get another run here. Oh, Stingray's going to send it.
Stingray's just going to send it.
And Lunacy hangs on.
Former teammates from last season.
Yeah.
1 and 2 in last year's championship. There's a bit of bragging rights to settle here for Stingray, or just maybe a little moral.
Oh, he's wide.
As he runs it on the marbles, he's going to struggle to pull it up here, but
I wonder if he got a little tap from his teammate there, perhaps just for the braking zone, because that looked very unsettled there. But Tex is now going to have another look at his teammates. These guys, so now's the time to have a big fight.
There.
Oh, he's not going to be able to stick it. No, not quite. You're going to need an absolutely awesome run to manage to hang it on there around the outside. But Lunacy hangs on to P4 just at the moment. These Lexuses, I feel like if they stop fighting, they might be able to get past the Subi a little bit quicker, but they want to fight now. Tex will go down the inside.
Oh, no, left room for him. Left a gap, but Stingray holds on. Oh.
Go hard to go home, I guess, for these guys.
Yeah, if I was Banana Cake Pie, I'd be happy that I am nowhere near this. Well, I'm not at least witnessing it, because these two are at a point of pain exchange pretty much every corner.
Yeah, I think Banana want them to settle down a tiny bit and get by Lunacy first. One of these guys obviously think otherwise. So, let's see how this little battle plays out. Joshy, where's he at relative to Tim? He's dropped a little bit of time, but still fairly clear of Lunacy and Co. However, I feel like if one of the Lexuses get by, they can get that straight line speed to start to coast up slightly. We'll have to see if Joshy can hang on. 6 more laps left, so still a bit of time to go in this race.
Now, does Lunacy have enough pace to catch up to Banana Josh, or is he going to get absolutely swallowed by the two BCPRD cars?
I think he is slowly catching him. However, the Lexus guys are probably catching him a little bit quicker, so they might all converge at the same time. Looks like Stingray is as close as he's ever been here. I don't think we'll go for a move here. The WRX will be really strong through this corner with the turn in that it has. However, up the hill will be a totally different story. That Lexus should be able to power right up to the back of it. You can see it's already got the run. Stingray and Tex, both of them.
He's got a run on him. He's going to... It's Stingray. What's he
down
going
the
to do?
inside.
Yep.
Alongside before the braking zone, we'll see who can go later on the brakes. Tex is going to think.
Or hide him curvings. Got anything to say about it? And that's great team driving.
They
by
both
the
get him.
BCPRD cars. That is great stuff. One
There
gets
you go.
through and the other gets through. That is great teamwork, and I think Banana Cake Pie would be happy to see happens to drivers.
Yeah, so Stingray making the space there down the inside, totally fair move, and Tex just follows him through. So great job from the two BCPRD drivers in that Lexus there to get by Lunacy. And now for Lunacy, it's just a matter of hanging on in the straights and seeing if he can find a way through in the corners to try and get that move back. But now Stingray is in prime position to have to have a ping at Banana Josh, and he's right on the back already. We'll be picking up that slipstream from the Mercedes SLS AMG in front. So I think now's the time for Stingray to pounce. Can he make a move in the next couple of laps? Would put it past him. Tex is right there. Oh, Tex has gone late in the brakes.
Oh, he's flashing the lights there mid-corner from
I think he's gone a bit wide on the exit there. But Stingray's going to make a move here on the exit, so getting a nice run.
He's run wide.
Yeah, and that's going to let Stingray through for P3. And Tex is going to look to follow him through, I think, as well. Josh on those mediums looks like he doesn't quite have the grip to hang on at the moment, but he's going to try his best.
So
Stingray, P3. Yeah, these guys, you can see how hard they're driving, using all of the track plus some.
I reckon Stingray's going to make a break away from this little pack here, and he will go after Tim.
Tex and Joshy side by side now. Stingray's going to give Tex a bit of a toe there, so there's some more teamwork, which I'm sure Banana will be absolutely ecstatic about. Stingray helping out his teammate there, who's going to go down the inside and should be able to get that move done, and he does. So P3 and 4 now for the Lexus boys after losing a fair bit of track position in the pit stops back up the front where they were at the start. So well done to the pair of them.
Great stuff from both runners. Kirby Texas just drops a couple wheels in the dirt. Can he go after his teammate, or does Stingray just have that little bit more pace?
Yeah, let's see. I think they'll both be happy with their positions so far. Although podium on the line, I'm sure they both want it very, very desperately. Lunacy's going to be the next one to have a ping at Banana Josh. It won't be as easy for him, having a bit less straight line prowess. Plus, Josh has managed to stick in the slipstream of text, so we'll see what Lunacy can do. Well, the quick look behind, Blocky's in P7, so he's done a fairly good job to hang on to that top 7 there. KD's jumped a few positions. P8, Roscoe, P9, BK and Dynamite haven't had a fantastic race for their standards. 10-11 for the WRXs. Not going to help their World Championship title defence in terms of the constructors for BK. As we've just caught Dynamite smash the wall, and that is engine. Yeah.
Oh, that's his day done.
Oh, I was not expecting that.
That's just out of nowhere from
the commentator's curse.
Dynamite.
Oh, so he's gonna have to go into the pits and repair that now.
Yeah,
that's
lucky
massive.
for him, it's not that far around to the pit lane here, so he won't lose as much time as he would, say, doing it earlier on in the lap.
Yeah, he's gotten a bit lucky there. Kane's probably going to jump in here though. He's going to be able to go to the end, so Kane will jump to P11. Jan Wags, our reserve driver, he's in P13, he's cruising along. He's got a bit of damage as well, although probably won't be affecting his pace too much. Nike Pie chilling in last place, so he's had a very poor race after getting that early damage. Looks like he might have hit again. He's got pretty much brand fresh soft tyres, so possibly a fastest lap attempt there. He's actually almost a lap down. You can see Smeg just behind there, and Tim. So Banana would hate to get lapped here. So that's going to be plenty of incentive to push.
Tough. Banana. Damage on lap 1 just ruins your race.
Yeah, without a safety car or much variance in the strategy, it's quite difficult to claw that back. So, real unfortunate. He'll have another chance at the second race, but for now, it's a bit of doom and gloom. But as you mentioned, Smeg still leading from Tim. So P1 and 2 for Team Max Speed. Tim's doing quite nicely. He is definitely in the title fight. Is Tim and Smeg after a strong result last week as well, plus some pretty general consistency. Also in the title fight, so these two both going to be clawing some fair solid points back on Rid 1.
Also critical for the Teams Championship, the all-important Teams Championship. He just maybe runs it a little bit too deep there, Tim.
Yeah, well, I mean, what are they? 1, 2, and 9, I think.
Decent team orders coming in.
1, 2, and 8. I was just saying 1, 2, and 8 for the constructors compared to Joshy and P4. I'm sorry, P5.
KD's having a pretty lonely race down to P8 as we back here with Lunacy and Banana Josh. I don't think the WRS could just quite keep up with that SLS in the straight line there, but we can tuck under a toe there, get a decent run on the front straight. Who knows?
I think the important thing there for KD and P8 is he is ahead of 2 of the Mercs, which is going to help that constructor's title. Points difference as well. He's also ahead of 2 of the WRXs. So
runs wide there, just Banana Josh there. So Lunacy, car 1 might get.
Let's do a bit of onboard, I reckon. Bit of onboard action.
Yeah, why not?
We'll see if he can get the run. We'll get a good chance here to see where the Lexus and the Mercedes are strong.
Oh, he's closing.
Yeah, he might be able to have a ping here. Actually, he's going to be very close.
He can send it if he wants. He's close enough. He's going to do it.
Can he get the stop? He does.
Yes, he can. Oh, a little moment there, but Banana Josh, can he get him back straight away, or is he going to have to wait until the back straight?
Yeah, he's going to have to put in a couple of really good corners here. This is where WRX is strong through these slow mid-speed corners. Really get that front end pointed in.
It's where the SLS sort of struggles in comparison to its rivals in the championship, but just couldn't get it turned.
Yeah, he had to back off the power there on the exit slightly. That's not going to help his run up the hill.
He'll still get a run on him though. He's closing.
I'm not sure if he's quite going to be able to send it down the inside.
No, he's not close enough.
No. So unless he hangs on P5. So Joshy P6, not the worst result for him. I'm sure he would have hoped for a little bit better. He tried that alternate strat starting on the softs and going mediums. In terms of racing wheel to wheel against his rivals, hasn't quite helped him, but
still top. It'll be a top 10 result for Banana Josh. It's critical for the team's championship, so
Yeah,
he is the leading SLS.
I think the fact he's still on the back of this pack on the softer tyres, I think shows that his pace is pretty reasonable. So I don't think he'll be too disappointed with AP6 on the harder tyres. He's run a little bit wide there, keeps on the black stuff, which is important though. Looks like Katie's starting to catch a little bit on Blocky here actually. So Blocky is on mediums, Katie's on softs. So I wonder if Katie will have enough time to catch that up for P7, which would be pretty good for him, I think.
We've seen how quick those Astons been here at Sardegna, so who knows? Couple laps to go. I don't see a reason why he can't catch up to him. Just keep the pressure up as Blocky running a relatively quiet race in that BMW.
Yeah, I think a top 7 is a good result for him. Fair way off that top 6, but
sometimes quiet race is a good race.
Yep. No, he's done well. Some really solid points for his team BMW. His teammates not having the greatest of races. I think Jamo did lag out, and then Kane's down towards the back there. So Blocky leading the charge for the BMWs. Let's see if we can hang on to that P7. I might just have a quick look up the top here. Just see this gas. The team's still only a second or so off the Smeg. They've got a fairly nice gap to Stingray. I think they have lapped Banana Cape Pie now. Where's Banana on the track? Oh no, Banana's ahead of Wags, so I think they're just behind Wags there. So Banana will probably finish in the lead lap. You can see that third car there, that is the leader of Smeg. I'm just trying to get our gauge to where everyone is. Dynamite's down in last place, now having repaired that engine damage. So he's going to have a golden chance in race 2, starting from the front.
Leaders on to the last lap, is it?
Yeah,
yes,
so
it is.
Smeggy crossing the line for P1. Again, as he's been for a lot of this race.
He's been dominant, and I've got an interesting stat that's just been given to me. The Smeg has not won since Brands Hatch Season 2. 36 races ago. He has not won for so long. This would mean so much to him if he can just close the deal out here.
Oh, yo. What's happening there? Oh, in the middle of your great speech. That's a bit weird. But yeah, Smeggy, he's been incredibly consistent in that top 3, top 5, but a win has been elusive for a fair while now.
Wags just has a little bit of a tail wag there.
Yeah, I reckon he's tried to pull over and gotten himself in the grass there.
Yeah.
Which is alright. He's managed to keep it straight.
He's gotten out of the way, just... Whoa.
Just, there you go.
Yeah, just... Yep.
But yeah, that's an incredible stat for Smeg. Looks like he's going to break that here, barring any major mishaps. Only a couple of corners now. Tim's done very, very well to stick him behind as well. So it's going to be a 1-2 for Team Max Speed, which would be absolutely fantastic for that charge for the constructors. It's going to come around the second to last corner now. Round the final corner, you see Banana Cake Pie is bright yellow. Lexus just ahead there, but it's all about the Smeg and Tim, P1 and 2 for Max Speed. Smeggy will take the winner of the first race of this brand new track to our calendar.
Form finish. It's a form finish as well. How good.
Tim takes P2. What a team drive there. It's actually Team Max Speed's first win in 30 races as well. We've found out, so it's been a while. It's been a long, long while, but definitely earned it. Curving Texas and Stingray hang on for 3 and 4 for Banana Cape Pie Racing Division. Very, very solid for the pair of them. Some good points. They've had some good races recently after a really slow start. I remember their Dragon Trail was really poor for that team, but since then they've had some pretty solid results, just helping their championship challenge on that constructors side. Lunacy 5th, Josh hangs on for 6th, and not a bad result at all. Blocky and KD. Blocky just hangs on in front there. Looks like BK is going to hold on to P9 here, just ahead of Roscoe, filling in for Prezzo. So BK, P9, maybe would have wanted a little bit higher than that, but he'll have another chance in race 2. And Roscoe's done pretty nice in his debut, not too far behind BK there, who I think just did a big skid. Yeah, so Roscoe, top 10, really solid there. Kane will come home in P11. We go wait for Banana Cape Pie then in P12.
Of course.
Yep, so then Jam Wags takes out 13th. And then Dynamite already has crossed the line as well. So
just waiting for one PCP, here he is.
round the final corner. Plenty of screen
And
time
he's
for him here.
just about out of fuel as well, so...
P12, sorry. So he'll start towards the front of the next race. And he's going to do a nice big skid. There you go.
Across the line, how good.
Well, that was a race, wasn't it? That was a good race. New track for everyone. Looks like it's providing plenty of on-track action. So yeah, that was fun to watch. That was very fun to watch.
Absolutely, I enjoyed that. That was great.
Yeah, well, we might pause our stream here and get on to race 2 as soon as we possibly can. So we will catch you all very, very soon for race 2.